Well, today is a milestone for this year's election. Right now, you can cast your vote through direct balloting here in Minnesota. There's a difference between direct balloting and absentee voting or early voting, which started September 20th. Direct balloting is when you place your completed ballot directly into the ballot machine. This voting method starts 18 days before an election, which was extended this year from 7 days. Absentee ballots can also be processed starting today. That also means you can no longer change your vote. Now, even with voting underway, former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris are still looking to persuade Americans. Tonight, Trump will be in Detroit, Michigan for a rally. He'll then head to Pennsylvania for several events, including a reported stop at a McDonald's where we could see him working the French fryer. This all follows his appearance last night at a Catholic charity dinner in New York. It's a political tradition where the candidates typically share the stage and trade lighthearted barbs leading up to Election Day.
These days, it's really a pleasure anywhere in New York without a subpoena for my appearance.
Thou shalt not bear false witness to thy neighbor.
Indeed, especially thy neighbor's election results.
Of course, you saw there Harris didn't attend in person and sent a pre-recorded video instead. That's because she was campaigning in Wisconsin. Today, she'll be in Michigan for events in Grand Rapids and Oakland County. Whether you're turning in your ballot today or on Election Day, city and county clerks say they'll be counted accurately. Up in Blaine, a test of the system went off without a hitch yesterday. Law requires all of those tabulating machines to be tested before each election. That includes feeding them some faulty ballots to see if they can trick the computers. By law, these tests have to be done in public, which is why the media was invited to this one.
They'll do things like put stray marks on it. They'll crease it or fold it. They'll overvote or undervote or do things they're not supposed to do, all to try to trick the machines to see if it catches it. And only if the machines perform perfectly are they allowed for use in the upcoming election.
The machines are also disconnected from the internet while voting is underway to protect against hacking. And the paper ballots are saved for 2 years in case someone questions the machine count. Well, we're following some sad news here in Minnesota. Less than 2 hours ago, we learned former U.S. Representative Rick Nolan has died. Records show he served in Congress representing Minnesota from 1975 through 1981 and again from 2013 to 2019. In a statement, the DFL says he was, quote, a champion for the Northland who fought fiercely to protect working people from corporate interests, end quote. Nolan was just 80 years old. We'll take a look at your screen right now. Officials in Anoka County are asking for your help to find a missing teen. This is 16-year-old Tavana Cardina. They were last seen in September in North Minneapolis. The BCA says anyone with information should call 911. Today, 7 months after Elijah Vu, a Wisconsin 3-year-old, went missing, we're seeing new developments in the case. Here's what we've learned.
I'm Jessica Hart. Jacqueline LeBray, District Attorney of Manitowoc County, Wisconsin, says they filed new charges against Elijah Vu's mother, Katrina Bauer, and her partner, Jesse Vang, in connection to the 3-year-old boy's death. Bauer is charged with chronic neglect of a child with consequences of death and child neglect. Vang is charged with physical abuse of a child causing death and hiding a corpse. Prosecutors say that evidence shows the child experienced psychological and physical forms of abuse that amounted to torture. Bauer and Vang will appear in court on Friday.
Well, down in Texas, a controversial execution scheduled for last night is now on hold. The Texas Supreme Court issued a last-minute stay for Robert Roberson. It comes as a U.S. Supreme Court judge, 86 state lawmakers, and a detective asked for a review. 20 years ago, Roberson was convicted of murdering his 2-year-old daughter on allegations of shaken baby syndrome. His attorneys argued she died from other medical issues. Recently, state lawmakers subpoenaed Roberson in hopes it would save his life.
We believe this to be an innocent man where the facts have not come out, and we're hoping this hearing will give that opportunity for the people of Texas to finally hear the facts.
Now, a judge could still reschedule the execution, but Roberson's supporters hope to use the time to argue his case. In less than an hour, the family of a Minnesota sailor killed in World War II will come together for a special memorial service 80 years in the making. The Forest Lake American Legion Honor Guard is hosting the family of Navy sailor Robert Baber. He and 78 others were killed aboard the USS Harder submarine during a mission in 1944. His final resting place remained a mystery until earlier this year when the sub was found by ocean explorer Tim Taylor 4,000 feet below the surface of the South China Sea. In other news, there's a new name for a visitor organization covering St. Louis Park and Golden Valley. It's being called Westopolis. Together, the two cities have a combined population of nearly 75,000. The rebrand is an effort to drive up tourism by highlighting the community's urban character and proximity to Minneapolis.
When people are looking for a place to go that aren't from this area, they know the big city, they know Minneapolis, and we wanted to make sure they knew how close we were to that. And once they're here, then they discover all the other things.
The new branding coincides with the start of the Twin Cities Film Fest, which is underway in St. Louis Park's West End.